Hello Nidorinas and Nidorinos, and welcome to Snowpoint City, where today the Snowpoint Frost will be hosting the Rustboro Rockies, and both sides have a lot riding on this, as the Rockies start out huge with their pseudo-legendary Tyranitar and their third drafted Pokemon Aurora, whereas Beartic and Cryogonal are going to start out for the Snowpoint Frost, and Tyranitar's Sandstream is going to kick up a Sandstorm, so the Ice types will be taking damage from that in between turns. But let us know in the comments below who you think is going to win today. Will it be the Snowpoint Frost or will it be the Rustboro Rockies? Now, Cryogonal has that speed advantage. The only Pokemon on the Snowpoint Frost who has a speed stat of over 100, has 105, as it goes with a Rock Tomb, which is super effective on Aurorus, and it's going to lower Aurorus' speed stat in the process. Tyranitar is going to look to respond for its teammate though, and it's going to go with a payback. Except it's going to go for Beartic with that move, and a very good hit onto Beartic. Beartic going for its first move of the matchup, however, and it's going to go with a Petal Dance. This will be super effective on the Rockies, going for Aurorus, taking it down into the yellow. So Aurorus already taking two super effective hits this matchup. And Aurorus is going to respond with a Scary Face. Concentrating that Scary Face onto Beartic, so Beartic also having its speed lowered as Cryogonal Beartic take damage from that Sandstorm. Now, as always, this is a 6-on-6 Metronome battle, and if we hit that twin Metronome, we will go into single battle overtime. Now, neither of these sides, I'm sure, want to go into overtime. They want the full points, as we get a Heat Crash coming from Cryogonal. And it goes for Tyranitar with that move. Very, very minimal damage. It's not very effective on Tyranitar, who's going to respond here. Tyranitar is going with a Kinesis, so it's not going for a physically damaging move. Instead, it concentrates that Kinesis onto Cryogonal, lowering its accuracy. And Aurorus is actually quicker than Beartic now, as it goes for the Shadow Punch. Also going for Cryogonal though. Decent hit there as Beartic's Petal Dance will continue on Aurorus, and that will finish it off. So Aurorus has been eliminated. This is the start the Snowpoint Frost need, because they are currently on the bottom of the Elite Challenge League ladder, and they do not want to get the first ever Wooden Spoon in the Elite Challenge League, as Beartic and Cryogonal continue to take damage from the Sandstorm. Now, third Pokemon coming out for the Rustboro Rockies, and it's Caracosta. Caracosta has actually had a really good season for the Rustboro Rockies so far, so we'll see if that can continue here today. Cryogonal though, still with that speed advantage. There's only actually one Pokemon on the Rustboro Rockies that is quicker than Cryogonal, so we'll see if we'll see Aerodactyl here today. Not very effective move onto Caracosta. Now Tyranitar goes with the Sleep Powder. Beartic avoids that attack. Caracosta going for its first move of this match. And it's going to go with a Teleport, so it's actually going to go back to the bench. So Caracosta will leave the field. Different Pokemon will be coming back out in its place. Find out who it is. It's another fossil Pokemon, Almaldo. Rustboro Rockies filled up with many fossil type Pokemon, as Beartic's able to shake off its confusion after that fatigue from the Petal Dance. And it's going to go with a Sheer Cold. It's a one-hit KO move. It's going to connect. Almaldo is eliminated. So Caracosta switched with Almaldo just for Almaldo to take that one-hit KO move and be eliminated. Very impressive start to this matchup by Beartic. And these are actually the first two eliminations Beartic has gotten all season. Way to leave it till the end of the season, as Caracosta comes back out onto the field. Yeah, Snowpoint Frost are on a 3-game losing streak. They've had many losing streaks this season. They've only actually won 3 games. So if they can get the victory here today, that'll be very impressive. Cryogonal goes with a Thunderbolt. Going for Caracosta, super effective on the Water Rock type. Now Tyranitar is going to go with a Water Pulse. Focusing in on Cryogonal, it'll take it down into the yellow, and Cryogonal is actually left confused. Caracosta, looking to follow up its teammate. It's going to go with the Fake Out. If it does this to Beartic, it can cause it to flinch. And that it does, so Beartic won't get to hit a move this turn, as Cryogonal and Beartic continue to take damage from the Sandstorm. Now, the Rustboro Rockies actually lost last week. They lost to Lumiose Lightning, who were on an 8-game losing streak. But if the Rustboro Rockies can win today, they will stay in the top 8. They're actually sitting 8th on the ladder as Cryogonal hits itself in its confusion. Tyranitar could finish it off here. Tyranitar goes with the Draining Kiss and continues to focus in on Cryogonal, And it almost gets the job done, but Crocodile's still hanging on, but Tyranitar takes itself back to full strength. Caracosta could finish the job here, but goes for the flatter. Which normally would leave Caracosta confused, but it already was confused. So it just gives Cryogonal a special attack boost. And Beartic also hits itself in its confusion as the Sandstorm subsides, which means Beartic and Cryogonal will at least survive another turn, because you have to think that Sandstorm would have eliminated both of them. And Cryogonal snaps out of its confusion just in time. And it's going to go with the Fairy Lock, so it doesn't capitalize on the stat boost. Tyranitar though could seize this opportunity and eliminate either Beartic or Cryogonal, but instead it opts to go with a Rest, but its health is already full, so that Rest will fail. Now Caracosta is going to go with a Calm Mind. You hear it centering its thoughts, calming that mind, and it does boost its special attack and special defense, as Beartic also snaps out of its confusion. Beartic sets up a Misty Terrain. This will strengthen Fairy type moves. It'll also weaken Dragon type attacks. But as I said, the Rustboro Rockies currently sitting 8th. They're fighting for a wildcard position in the championship trials next week. And again, if they lose today, they could actually drop below the Striaton Spring if the Striaton Spring win their matchup. Now we get a Dragon Dance being performed by Cryogonal, so it's going to boost its attack and speed stats here. Which again opens the door for Tyranitar to get an easy elimination. It goes with the Shadow Claw. This should get it done. And it goes for Beartic, and Beartic is eliminated after getting the first 2 eliminations of the matchup. Very well done there by Tyranitar, which means Caracosta can concentrate on Cryogonal here. And it's going to do that with a Mega Kick. So Cryogonal is eliminated, and we're back to being even on this battlefield. It is now 4 versus 4. Snowpoint Frost is sending out their next 2 Pokemon. First sending out Glaceon, the evolution. Glaceon is going to be joined by Cloyster, an Ice Water type. So we actually have 2 Water type Pokemon on the field at the moment, being Cloyster and Caracosta. Cloyster could capitalize on its Water typing advantage over Tyranitar as it goes with a Poison Tail onto Caracosta, which isn't very effective. Speed advantage is on the side of Snowpoint Frost, however. So Glaceon now going for a Leafage. This will be super effective, and it goes for Caracosta, who holds on. It's taken down into the red. I really thought it'd actually be eliminated there. Now Tyranitar is going to go with the Dragon Darts. It's going to hit both Glaceon and Cloyster. Hits Cloyster first. Follows up onto Glaceon there. Doesn't do a great deal of damage to either, however. Caracosta though sets up for a Sky attack. So we'll see those wings fly up high into the sky. That Sky attack should come down and connect on this turn. But Caracosta is an easy target for the Snowpoint Frost. Cloyster now goes with the conversion, so it's going to change its typing. It should become a normal type, I believe, and that it does. Glaceon goes for a one-hit KO Horn Drill, but Caracosta avoids that move. That would have been very impressive. I've only seen a Horn Drill once this entire season actually connect. As that Scary Face Tyranitar is going to lower the speed of Cloyster. And there comes that Sky attack from Caracosta. Goes for Glaceon. Taking Glaceon down into the yellow. A very good hit from Caracosta, who's still hanging on in this matchup. Glaceon though has its chance to respond now, and it's going to set up for an Eruption. This is going to hit everybody on the field, I believe. I apologize, actually. No, just Caracosta and Tyranitar. But it's not very effective, and it does very minimal damage to both Pokemon. Tyranitar goes with the Endeavor. Doesn't affect Cloyster, however. So Caracosta now looking to make up for its teammates' miss. He's going to go with a Muddy Water. This is going to hit both Cloyster and Glaceon. And it takes down both Ice-type Pokemon. Cloyster is eliminated. I did not expect that to happen. And Glaceon is taken down as well. Super effective. Unbelievable hits there. Last 2 Pokemon for the Snowpoint Frost, and they're sending out Lapras. And Lapras is going to be joined by Darmanitan in its Galarian form. Now these are the last two Pokemon the Snowpoint Frost are going to be sending out this season. So they need to give it their best efforts. And Darmanitan has the speed advantage on the field. It's also got that amazing 140 attack stat and goes with the Flash Cannon. Straight for Tyranitar. Tyranitar, even though it's super effective, takes that hit really well though. Tyranitar is going to respond with a Fake Out. It does fail. Gives Lapras the opportunity and goes with a Pollen Puff. That goes for Caracosta. And Caracosta is taken down by Lapras. Which means there's now 3 Pokemon remaining for the Rustboro Rockies. So the Snowpoint Frost is still in this, but the Rustboro Rockies have much more momentum it seems. And now they send out Gigalith, an absolute powerhouse who's had an impressive season. And it also sets up a Sandstream for the Rustboro Rockies similar to what Tyranitar did at the start of this battle. And speaking of the start of this battle, Tyranitar has now been in this matchup for over 10 minutes. Darmanitan. It's going to go with the Simple Beam. So we'll change that Sandstream ability of Gigalith to Simple, which means that its stats can be lifted and lowered higher than and lower than normal. Tyranitar now going with the Burn Up that does fail. Lapras needs to try and capitalize on its water type and it goes with a Cotton Guard instead, so it's going to look to boost its own defenses. Now Gigalith, who's not just a defensive Pokemon, can be offensive, goes for the Inferno, but Lapras avoids that attack. Darmanitan gets hit by the Sandstorm, as does Lapras. This is everything the Rustboro Rockies need though if they win here today. As we get a conversion 2 from Darmanitan. Darmanitan's type changing to Fire. Funnily enough, that its Unovian form is actually a Fire type, and here comes the Rock Slide from Tyranitar. This will be super effective on Darmanitan, and it gets the elimination. Darmanitan is eliminated. It was super effective on Lapras as well. But Darmanitan, with a much lower defense stat, is taken out of this battle, which means Lapras is the last remaining Pokemon for the Snowpoint Frost. And it goes with the conversion 2, changing its type to Fighting. But it has 3 Pokemon to contend with, as Gigalith goes with the Topsy-Turvy. So it's going to switch the attack and defense. It's going to switch all of Lapras' stat changes, as Lapras continues to be hit by that Sandstorm. Now Lapras needs to go for something like a Surf. Go for those super effective type moves that'll hit both Tyranitar and Gigalith. Poison Tail coming from Tyranitar though. And a very good hit, taking Lapras down into the red. Lapras is on a ticking clock here as it goes for a Slack Off. So it's going to restore its health. Lapras needing all the health it can get, takes itself back up into the green. Now we get a Vital Throw though coming from Gigalith. And it doesn't matter because Lapras is eliminated. That is it. Nidorinas and Nidorinos, I give you your first ever Wooden Spoon winners, more or less. And that is the Snowpoint Frost. They, as I said when I first introduced these sides, are they actually a glass cannon? And this season they proved to be that. Only winning 3 games. They lost 15 games this season. A very poor showing. And it happens in their hometown of Snowpoint City. Is where it all ends. And Beartic did everything it could to get the Snowpoint Frost off to a good start. But Caracosta and Tyranitar absolutely obliterated the rest of the side. Tyranitar lasted the entire matchup. And the Rustboro Rockies have locked themselves up a place in the championship trials next week. Will it be a home game? We don't know yet. But more than likely it will be a wildcard matchup, which means the Rustboro Rockies cannot lose another game from here on out for the rest of the season. But their season does continue, whereas the Snowpoint Frost season ends here today, sadly. Hopefully they can do better next season, especially if they can get other Pokemon drafted to their side between now and next season. But Nidorinos, thank you so much for watching. Let us know in the comments below who you thought was the best on the field. If you like what you saw, please leave a like, share, subscribe, but more importantly, always remember, you are awesome, and I will speak to you next time.